I'm Rain Baker of Power Punch Productions and Power Punch Productions and Power Punch Productions. I've gathered you all here to discuss a very important matter, the most important matter to our country, in fact, and that is root beer. It's no lie that a root beer is truly America's favorite pastime, and while there are many brands of root beer, there is much debate as to which one holds the highest. Look, I'm almost the same color as this box. Oh no. At any moment, this entire operation might go very south. There's many different kinds of root beers, but there is much debate as to which one holds the highest point of the proverbial mountain, or is the proverbial king of the proverbial hill. That is why I'm here today. I am going to try each of these 4 root beers and put them to a martial combat, if you will, to determine which root beer truly is the best. These 2 implements should be of no concern to you. But of course, I wouldn't want to get this fine t-shirt dirty, now would I? First up, we have a brand that I have no recollection of in my entire life, and my personal all-time favorite root beer. IPC and Virgil's. Let's begin. Have you been Virgil's? First up, from the initial smell test. Quit fucking moving. The initial smell test, it's very rooty. It's not so much sweet like you would expect, but it's more. It smells like it came from the fucking ground. It's very bitter. It's not sweet like you would expect a root beer to be. It's not great. It's not great at all. Quite frankly, it kind of fucking sucks. Alright, now for the one that I know is good. There's some vanilla to there, it smells sweet. Like root beer smells to smell. It's sweet, it's got that root beer taste to it. It also has, like I said, a little bit of sugar and vanilla to it. Exquisite. I am not going to smash this bottle with this hammer. This root beer is going to pour down my leg. Anyways. Next up we have Frosties versus Barks. Barks here is a common name in the root beer world. You see it a lot. You see it pretty much everywhere. It's usually at most chain fast food restaurants. Not all, but a good handful. And then on this other hand, we have Frosties. Now, I've never had Frosties root beer before, but I have had their grape soda and their orange soda. Both are phenomenal, so I have high hopes for Frosties. But I'm going to start with Barks. There we go. What the fuck? Is this not a twist top? Bad start for Barks already. Alright. Guess I'm going to have to do that fucking more times. So, Barks has a smell closer to that of Virgil's. It's a little bit more rooty. It's less sweet. It's not quite as sweet smelling as IBC, but it's nowhere near as gross as Virgil's. So here I go. So now this Barks, this shit ain't. Okay, it's not sugar free. So it's not quite as sweet as the IBC, but it's not nearly as unsweetened as the Virgils. So it's not the best. Now on to the Frosties. Ooh, nice smokage going on there. I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up. That's interesting. Now this smells a lot more sweeter than the IBC, and it's a lot more of a vanilla scent than the IBC as well. So interesting. Frosties has a lot sweeter taste. It has a lot more vanilla. It's got more of it's almost got a caramely taste to it. If I had to pin a needle on exactly what kind of flavor I was getting, kill me. They have my family. I'm just gonna get another. While the Barks is in complete asshole, much like the Virgils is, it is by no means bad. However, the Frosties definitely has much more of an enjoyable and sweeter taste. Therefore, that is one win for Frosties. Next, we have two fucking losers. Much like me and my cameraman. Barks and the Unholy One. I've already been over these two, so I'm just gonna fucking get on with it. You know what? I'm gonna start with Barks. Fucking Christ. Where's my hamburger? No. I lost the hammer. Oh my god. Ah! Here it is. Oh god. Let's set this down on the table instead of throwing it on the ground. Cheers. Alright, Barks. Now on to the devil. Chugging the world one bottle at a time. Badlands chugs us back, my ladies and gentlemen. I was gonna say ladies and gentlemen, and then I was like,
you
no, friends.
You get.
Anyways. Did you try this? Did you try this one, right?
I think so. I had like one sip.
This one sucks.
Does it taste
Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I get another sip?
Yeah, try this garbage. Call that root beer? You see what I'm saying?
They should rename themselves Purgatorio, because they're not helping anyone through that inferno.
It won awards? Made naturally for the root beer connoisseur? I'm gonna drink this entire bottle.
Don't.
It's really not good. North of England, well, that's exactly it. Does it have any sugar? Barks? Landslide. That is one win for Barks. After having tasted the Frosties, I'm actually very interested to see how it stacks up against IBC. I was really surprised at how sweet and vanilla-y it was, but I'm not sure if the vanilla in this is going to be too overpowering in comparison to IBC. So I'm going to start with Frosties, chugging the world one bottle at a time. Badlands chugs his back, my ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's caramel. It's like, that's very caramely. Not bad. So, Frosties, not too horrible. But of course, we have the overlord of root beer, the czar, the root beer baron. Cheers. In comparison, IBC actually has more of a bitter taste compared to the Frosties, just because of how much sugar it is. I am going to have to taste them both a couple more times just to truly get a good feel of which one I think is better. So. Yeah, that's a bit of the Chinese that I ate earlier. So this is actually, like, legitimately no shit. This is actually a lot tougher than a decision than like no meme. This is actually a hard decision, but I think I'm honestly gonna have to stick with IBC on this fight, simply because Frosties is very, very sweet and it's good. Pizza rolls. But the sweetness gets to a point where it's almost too overpowering, and it tastes more like you're just drinking sugar with a bit of root beer, whereas the IBC tastes like you're drinking very sweet root beer. So. However, Frosties did put up a very good fight. That is. Let me do this. That is 2 wins for IBC. Well, guess who's fucking back? We're going to put this asshole up against this sweet man. So, we already know the drill. We already know how I feel about this. We already know how I feel about that. Let's just get into this one. Virgil loses. Virgil loses. You like that one? Starving kids in Africa that were used that root beer.
Why ain't they here?
They don't know what root beer is.
Yeah.
Honestly, quite frankly, I've found that in comparing Barks to both IBC and Frosties. It actually tastes worse now. It tastes closer to Virgil's. I don't know if I'll ever be able to drink it again. Cheers. This round, IBC won. That is 3 wins for IBC.
Oh, shit, you know what?
Well, it was a hard-fought battle. Many root beer was spilt. Many a root beer was drank. It was a tough fight. It was a tough fight between Frosties and IBC. Frosties didn't even have to compete one round because but when it comes down to it, there's no tying in the world of root beers. There's no third place. There isn't even a second place. There's only room for number 1. And in this case, the number 1 root beer is IBC. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I'm Ryan from Power Punch Productions, and also Power Punch Productions, and have a good night.